Tesla is adding a bigger battery to its Model 3 electric sedan, boosting the driving range by almost 10% up to 491 km from an earlier 448 km for the standard range plus variant. And there is no evidence of a change in price. The battery size will bounce from 50 kWh to 62.3 kWh, while the long range also gets an upgrade from 75 kWh to 82 kWh. It also has a new race driving range as a result, up to 614 km from an earlier 580 km. While we note that the WLTP driving range rating is based on lab testing and real-world range will come in much lower depending on driving habits and conditions, the gain in range is nothing to be sneezed at. The change was confirmed by an update to the Tesla website to reveal the new driving range. It also applies to both Australia and New Zealand. The change comes as Australia waits for the Model 3's stablemate, the Model Y, to become available to order. While it was predicted that it would become available before the end of 2021, this is now looking controversial. Meanwhile, electric SUV are taking off in Australia with the MG ZS EV, Volvo XC40 Recharge and Mercedes-Benz EQA dominating EV sales in October. More electric vehicles will also be initiated in Australia, such as Polestar 2, enhancing something that is very limited choice for Australian drivers looking to make the change to electric cars. With a close ideal mixtures of performance, driving range, and accessible pricing, the 2022 Tesla Model 3 is an electric vehicle that lives up to the hype. It's fast and it's quite strong, which means the Model 3 is an EV that driving fans like you can get behind. Driving range is an impressive 358 miles per charge on the mid-level long-range trim, so it's not important to charge the Model 3 every day. Its impressive entry price doesn't unlock the Model 3 full potential, and its fit and finish doesn't quite match choices such as the Chevy Bolt and Ford Mustang Mach-E. Still, there's not a cheaper way to park one of Tesla's groundbreaking EVs in your driveway. Last year's standard range model was renamed rear-wheel drive and provided a new type of battery pack that uses lithium iron phosphate instead of nickel cobalt aluminum. Despite being less energy dense than the earlier battery pack, estimated range for this entry-level model has expanded to 272 miles. The long-range trim also sees a tiny uptick in its estimated driving range this year to 358 miles per charge. The base rear-wheel drive model is a decent value, but its 272 miles of estimated driving range may not be sufficient to remove range anxiety for some drivers, which suggests the long-range model that gives an estimated 358 miles of driving per charge. All Model 3 comes standard with heated front seats, navigations, and Tesla's Autopilot semi-autonomous driving system. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now let's continue. As with most EVs, the Model 3 gains speed smoothly and almost silently, with the electric motor giving strong power from a stop. The rear-wheel drive long-range model, which was tested, sprinted from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds. The Model 3 performance rockets to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. Like all Teslas, the Model 3 maintains its battery under the floor, resulting in a low center of gravity. This helps it change directions crisply and feels planted and stable in corners. The steering is detailed and well-weighted, with 3 unique settings that adjust the level of steering effort. The ride is firm without being harsh, without the sound of a gas-powered engine. However, you do hear a lot of noise inside the cabin as the tires thwack and thrum over pavement imperfections. 3 distinct Model 3 trims are given, each with a different estimated driving range. The base rear-wheel drive model is the most accessible with a claim range of 272 miles. Upgrading to the long-range or performance models boosts the Model 3's estimated range to 315 miles for the performance and an impressive 358 for the long range. The Model 3 offers various options for charging. Tesla's network for fast charging stations called superchargers, adapters for DC public charging stations, 240 and 120-volt outlets, and a home charging station. The different editions of the Model 3 are ranked between 113 mpge and 141 mpge by the EPA. Our test vehicle, however, managed just 84 mpge when we took it on our 75 miles per hour highway fuel economy test. The Model 3 comes standard with aluminum wheels that are wrapped by plastic aerodynamic hubcaps. The Tesla Model 3 has an interior unlike any other car on the market today. It's very simple inside, with almost everything controlled by the monolithic touchscreen in the center of the dashboard. The Tesla's low flat floor makes for a large and airy feel inside. The front seats are supportive and comfortable, but the rear seats are cramped and uncomfortable. Don't expect people to be able to spend time in them. Folding the 60-40 split folding rear seats is easy and expands the trunk largely. The Model 3's seatbacks fold flat, giving a steady cargo floor for hauling large items. With the rear seats folded, the Model 3 gives sufficient room for 15 carry-on suitcases. There are also well-sized bins and cubbies throughout the cabin. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff.